Off the western coast of India, beneath the quiet waters of the Arabian Sea, lies a city that was never supposed to be real. For centuries, it existed only in ancient texts, stories dismissed as myth, poetry mistaken for symbolism. But then the sea gave something back. Stone walls, massive blocks, perfectly aligned structures. According to reports referenced by India's National Institute of Oceanography and later cited by the Times of India and BBC, underwater surveys near modern-day Dwarka revealed something unexpected: a submerged city. And if the dating is even partially correct, it forces historians to confront an uncomfortable possibility. One of the world's oldest civilizations may have begun far earlier than we're willing to admit. Dwarka is first described in ancient Indian texts. According to these writings, Dwarka was a grand coastal city built by Krishna himself, a fortified, wealthy, and advanced city. The story ends with its destruction. After Krishna's death, the sea rises, waves consume the city, and Dwarka disappears beneath the ocean. For modern historians, this was easy to dismiss. After all, cities don't simply vanish into the sea, until one apparently did. In the late 20th century, marine archaeologists began sonar scans off the coast of Gujarat. What they found was not random debris. According to survey documentation cited by National Geographic India, researchers detected a rectangular stone foundations, anchoring structures, a large, worked stone blocks, geometrically aligned walls. These weren't natural formations. They were deliberate, carefully constructed, and lying more than 30 meters beneath sea level. The location matched the ancient descriptions of Dwarka with disturbing precision. At first, skepticism dominated, but excavation after excavation confirmed the same thing. This was not one structure. It was a city. But this is where the story becomes controversial. Artifacts recovered from the submerged site, including stone anchors and construction materials, were subjected to carbon dating and geological analysis. Some estimates place the structures at over 4,000 years old. Others suggested something even earlier. According to papers referenced by Frontline magazine and debated in academic journals, certain samples pointed to a date as far back as 7,000 BC. That's before the Indus Valley civilization, before Egypt's dynasties, before Sumer's rise. The dates remain disputed. However, even conservative estimates placed Dwarka far earlier than previously accepted urban centers in the region, which raises a critical question. If Dwarka existed this early, what else have we misunderstood about ancient history? Cities don't sink overnight, but coastlines change. At the end of the last ice age, global sea levels rose dramatically. According to climate research cited by NOAA and Nature, sea levels rose by more than 120 meters between 12,000 and 6,000 years ago. Entire coastlines vanished, and Dwarka, if built during this transitional period, would have been extremely vulnerable to storm surge, seismic shift, or one slow but unstoppable rise of the sea. The ancient texts describe it poetically, but geology describes it precisely. Sometimes, myth remembers what science later confirms. What unsettled researchers wasn't just the existence of the city. It was how it was built. The submerged walls were uniform in size, precisely arranged and clearly engineered for coastal conditions. According to archaeological assessments cited by the Hindu, these structures weren't primitive. They demonstrated planning, standardization, and urban foresight. This implies something profound. The people who built Dwarka understood tides, erosion, and maritime life. They weren't experimenting. They already knew what they were doing, which suggests they weren't the first. Here's the problem historians struggle with. There is a gap, a massive one, between accepted early civilizations and what Dwarka suggests. If Dwarka predates the Indus Valley, where are the transitional stages? Where are the smaller settlements? The gradual experimentation? The learning curve? They're missing. Either they were destroyed by rising seas, or history never recorded them. And if coastlines swallowed entire cultures, then our picture of early civilization may be incomplete by default. What we call the beginning might simply be what survived. If entire civilizations were erased by rising seas, how many human stories never reached the present? Comment, your perspective matters here. Modern thinking often treats ancient myths as fiction, but archaeology is forcing a reassessment. According to historians cited by Cambridge University Press, oral traditions often preserve historical events, encoded symbolically. Flood myths appear across cultures. Mesopotamia, India, China, indigenous Americas. Different stories, same catastrophe. Dwarka's submergence may not be a metaphor. It may be memory, not precise, not scientific, but emotionally accurate. Despite the evidence, Dwarka remains controversial because it challenges established chronology. Accepting Dwarka as extremely ancient would force historians to reevaluate the timeline of Indian civilization, question linear models of societal development, accept that complex societies may rise and vanish without leaving written records. That's uncomfortable. Academia moves carefully, sometimes slowly, and extraordinary claims demand extraordinary evidence. But silence doesn't mean absence. Sometimes it just means the sea kept the receipts. What's most striking about Dwarka isn't what we've found. It's what we haven't yet reached. Underwater archaeology is brutally difficult. Visibility is limited. Excavation is slow. Preservation is fragile. According to marine archaeologists interviewed by BBC, many submerged sites around the world remain untouched, not because they're unimportant, but because they're inaccessible. Dwarka may be only one chapter in a much larger, submerged history, and we've barely opened the book. Here's the final misconception. Dwarka didn't collapse due to internal decay. There's no evidence of war, no signs of famine. It didn't fail. It was overtaken by forces no civilization can negotiate with. Rising seas don't care about wealth, belief, or planning. They only rise. And when they do, even the greatest cities disappear quietly. Dwarka forces us to confront a humbling idea. Human civilization may be far older, far more fragile, and far more cyclical than we assume, until one day, technology catches up, and the past surfaces again. If this episode made you reconsider what ancient really means, then Hidden Chapters is doing its job. Because the next story isn't about a city lost to water. It's about a civilization that mastered precision without writing and vanished without explanation.